broad range of issues that relate
Sie
to
haben sich mit einer
the
ganzen
very
Reihe von Themen
cordial
befasst,
relationship
die sich
that exists between Ghana and Germany.
beziehen auf die enge
At this
freundschaftliche
stage,
Beziehung
we would like to
zwischen
invite
Deutschland
you
und Ghana.
to pay attention as the two
Ich
presidents
bitte jetzt um Ihre
give us a
Aufmerksamkeit
briefing
für
on
zwei
what has been
kurze
discussed this morning.
Statements
We
zu dem
start
Thema,
with the
dem
host,
wir
His
heute
Excellency
diskutiert
President
wurden.
John
Zunächst der
Dramani Mahama
Gastgeber,
of the
der
Republic of Ghana.
Präsident
Mr.
der Republik
President, the floor
Ghana.
is yours.
Sie haben das Wort.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon,
Vielen
ladies and
Dank.
gentlemen.
Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren.
It is with great pleasure and
Es
deep
ist mir eine
appreciation
große
that I
Freude und ich bin
stand
auch sehr
before you
dankbar dafür,
alongside
dass
His
ich heute hier
Excellency
vor Ihnen stehe an der
Frank Walter
Seite seiner
Steinmeier,
Exzellenz Frank
President
Walter
of the Federal
Steinmeier, dem
Republic of Germany,
Präsidenten der
at the
Bundesrepublik
conclusion
Deutschland.
of our bilateral discussions as part of his 3-day state visit to Ghana. This visit marks a significant milestone in the long-standing and exemplary relations between our two nations and reflects our shared commitment to deepening cooperation, friendship, and solidarity for the mutual benefit of our people. Our relationship spans several centuries, and since the formal establishment of diplomatic relations in 1957, year of Ghana's independence, it has grown steadily and significantly. Germany has remained a steadfast and reliable partner supporting Ghana's development through technical and financial cooperation in key sectors such as health, education, vocational and technical training, renewable energy, good governance, and peacekeeping. These interventions have contributed immensely to our institutional development, youth empowerment, and sustainable growth. During our extensive bilateral discussions this morning, President Steinmeier and I reviewed the current state of Ghana-Germany relations with great satisfaction, and we identified new and expanded pathways for our collaboration. We reaffirmed the strong bonds of friendship between our two countries, and these bonds are rooted in mutual respect, shared democratic values, human rights, the rule of law, and a common vision for peace, prosperity, and sustainable development. I briefed President Steinmeier thoroughly on Ghana's current economic situation and our Resetting Ghana agenda, which aims to restore macroeconomic stability, foster inclusive and sustainable growth, and tackle corruption, improve public financial management, and rebuild investor confidence in our economy. And I'm pleased to report that we're making tangible progress on this agenda, and the early signs are promising. I reaffirmed Ghana's strong dedication to creating an enabling environment to attract more German private sector investment, particularly within the framework of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which is headquartered here in Accra. The African Continental Free Trade Area offers unparalleled opportunities for German and other businesses to enter a market of over 1.3 billion population across the continent, with Ghana positioned as the strategic gateway and partner. Our discussions also focused on Germany's forward-looking Africa strategy under the Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, which prioritizes sustainability, decent employment, gender equality, climate resilience, and peace and security. We've identified specific opportunities for stronger collaboration in renewable energy, green industrialization, digital transformation, and skills development. These sectors are crucial to Ghana's future, and they align with global sustainability objectives. I especially welcome the ongoing productive cooperation between Ghana's Ministry of Labour, Jobs and Employment, and several leading German companies to strengthen technical and vocational education and training for our young people. Both sides expressed optimism about the upcoming agreement on labor mobility, which will enable safe, respectful, and well-structured employment opportunities for young Ghanaian professionals in Germany, while addressing skills shortages in key German sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, on regional and international topics, President Steinmeier and I had open and constructive discussions on peace and security in West Africa, particularly regarding the growing threats of terrorism, violent extremism, and political instability in the Sahel region. I briefed the President on Ghana's proactive diplomatic engagement to foster dialogue and rebuild trust and strengthen cooperation amongst our neighbors, including my recent appointment of a special envoy to the Alliance of Sahelian States to promote regional stability, cohesion, and integration. I wish to commend Germany's steadfast and principled support for regional peace and development in our sub-region. We also reviewed our strong cooperation in international peacekeeping. Ghana sincerely appreciates Germany's leadership in hosting the 2025 United Nations Peacekeeping Ministerial in Berlin, which promoted key reforms in global peacekeeping operations. Ghana, which had the honor of hosting the 2023 edition in Accra, looks forward to further collaboration to build institutional capacities, conduct joint training exercises, and leverage technology and innovation to address the emerging threats, including cyber insecurity and climate-related conflicts. Ghana is deeply concerned about recent actions that jeopardize the rule-based international order, especially the global trade system that has supported decades of prosperity and development around the world. The dismantling of established multilateral frameworks and the rise of unilateral protectionism threaten to plunge the world into economic instability, greater inequality, and conflict. I invite Germany to share Ghana's strong commitment to multilateralism, the United Nations system, the World Trade Organization, and international law. We will urge all nations to resist the lure of economic nationalism and to collaborate in reforming, not dismantling, the institutions that unite us as a globe. The challenges of our era, climate change, pandemics, terrorism, migration, and poverty, cannot be tackled by any one nation alone. They require our collective action, dialogue, and compromises. Regarding Africa's representation in global governance, Ghana continues its long-standing and legitimate demand for Africa's permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council. Africa, with 54 countries and over 1.4 billion people, remains the only inhabited continent in this world without a permanent representation on the world's most influential decision-making body. This historical injustice must be corrected. The African Union's Ezulwini Consensus and the CERT Declaration clearly express Africa's stance. The continent demands at least 2 permanent seats with veto power, along with additional non-permanent seats. Germany has consistently supported UN Security Council reform and Africa's rightful place at the table. I wish to commend President Steinmeier and the German government for this principled stand, and Ghana calls on all nations to move beyond rhetoric and take action to make the Security Council more representative, democratic, and legitimate. Ladies and gentlemen, the visit of President Steinmeier has been substantive and deeply symbolic. It reaffirms our shared aspirations for a renewed and elevated partnership between our countries. This is not just a partnership of governments, but increasingly one involving our private sector, civil society groups, youth researchers, and cultural institutions. The obstacles we face are significant, but so is our resolve and determination. In President Steinmeier, Ghana has found not just a partner, but a friend who recognizes that Africa's development is crucial to global peace and prosperity, and that genuine partnership must be based on equality, mutual respect, and shared benefits. On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, I extend our heartfelt appreciation and warmest gratitude to His Excellency Steinmeier, to his distinguished delegation, and the people of the Federal Republic of Germany for the honor of this visit and for Germany's enduring friendship and solidarity with Ghana and Africa. I wish President Steinmeier and his delegation safe travels as they continue their visit, including engagements with young IT specialists in Accra and a visit to our Ashanti region tomorrow. May God bless Ghana May God bless Germany. May God bless the partnership between our two great nations. I thank you.
I now have the pleasure of inviting His Excellency Franz Walter Steinmeier to address the media.
Verehrter Herr Präsident Mahama, lieber Herr Kollege, ich will Ihnen zu Anfang persönlich und den Bürgerinnen und Bürgern von Ghana ganz herzlichen Dank sagen für den warmherzigen Empfang, den wir hier erfahren haben.
I personally would like to say to you that I'm delighted to be back in Accra. If I'm right, this is my 4th visit to Ghana and to your beautiful capital. 2 visits I paid in a time where I happened to be in the position of Federal Foreign Minister, and then a visit in my first term as Federal President when I came here in 2017, and I am back today. We met more often, though, also personally, if I remember correctly, in 2015, when both of us attended a business summit that brought together Ghanaian and German representatives of industry and business. Then again, we met at the beginning of this year at the Munich Security Conference, and surprise, surprise, we met again, sitting side by side the day before yesterday on the opening event of the Grand Egyptian Museum in Cairo, a magnificent event, I have to say. We both agreed in that, the President and I. However, it's not only about regular visits that we ought to pay each other, but it is much more that is at stake. Why have I decided to visit your country? It's easy to explain. Ghana is a lively democracy, the 3rd largest economy in West Africa. And last but not least, as you pointed out in your statement, Mr. President, a committed regional actor, playing an important part as a mediator, being a very important partner in that regard. And I'm delighted that after this very friendly and constructive exchange that we've just concluded, I look forward to more points on my agenda, on my program during this visit to Accra, and then also later when I visit the capital of Ashanti, Kumasi, that is. President, you rightly pointed out that Ghana and Germany are linked and have been linked by a long-standing close partnership and friendship. To be honest, basically reaching back to the day that the country became independent. We are also celebrating the 50th anniversary of development cooperation between Ghana and Germany. And together we're working to lay the foundation for a sustainable economic development that will benefit Ghana, but I hasten to add it will also benefit Germany. And I'm happy to say that today we've also been able to bring good news, good tidings, that of course pending on the approval of the German Parliament, the Bundestag that is, Germany will again commit more than 65 million euro to Ghana in the framework of our development cooperation, which equals more than 823 million Ghana CD. The details will be negotiated before the end of this month. But we
Mr. Chairman, the answer is very simple in one word: the mismanagement of the economy by the Akufo-Addo administration. Because a lot of the increases, you know, Ghana Post pays a lot of airlines for the transporting of the parcels that we send to Europe and the United States, and we pay that in dollars. So when you saw the mismanagement when Ken Ofori-Atta, Abina, and co were at the finance ministry, and Dr. Bawumia in charge of the economic management team, you then saw that...
Respectfully, Minister, stop it right there. Just go straight to your question and answer, and don't be name-calling. You understand? Minister, please answer the question. Oh, when this was there, Oh, Minister, I don't think that is how we should be here. You are here, you have been here before. I have been where you are before.
I'm guided,
Let's just
Chairman.
Go straight to the point.
I'm guided, Chairman.
Thank you.
So in 2023, when the CD depreciated, you realize that because we're paying in dollars, if you were paying a fee of $100 to an airline and the exchange rate was 8, our expenditure would have been 800 cedis. And then when it went to 16 in 2023, you then have the challenge that your expenditure now becomes 1,600. So that's what accounted for that. So it's the forex losses, you know, yeah. But I'm sure that when you see the 2025 financials, you realize that even though we are doing more volumes, our expenditure would have dropped, because now with a better, stronger CD that's trading very favorably, you realize that our forex expenditure will be better.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, the answer is very simple in one word: the mismanagement of the economy by the Akufo-Addo administration. Because a lot of the increases, Ghana Post pays a lot of airlines for the transporting of the parcels that we send to Europe and the United States, and we pay that in dollars. So when you saw the mismanagement when Ken Ofori-Atta, Abina, and co were at the finance ministry, and Dr. Bawumia in charge of the economic management team, you then saw that...
Respectfully, Minister, stop it right there. Just go straight to your question and answer, and don't be name calling. You understand? Minister, please answer the question. Oh, when this was there, Minister, I don't think that is how we should be here. You are here, you have been here before. I have been where you are before. Let's just go straight to the point.
I'm guided, Chairman.
Thank you.
So in 2023, when the CD depreciated, you realize that because we're paying in dollars, if you were paying a fee of $100 to an airline and the exchange rate was 8, our expenditure would have been 800 cedis. And then when it went to 16 in 2023, you then have the challenge that your expenditure now becomes... It's become evident to us that there have been 2 addendums that have changed the contract, handed over fully the entire government infrastructure to this private entity. In fact, an SPV was set up called Smart Infraco that took over all rights of Libara Ghana. Now, I have referred this to the Attorney General for his advice, but the issues we have raised for the Attorney General to advise us on is that the terms of the original contract stated that Libara could not assign more than 20% of their rights to a third party. Now, the current situation is an SPV has been set up called Smart Infraco that has taken over 100% of Libara's rights. The other issue that arises is the fact that when we took over the ministry and there was the need to change passwords for some government agencies, it became clear to me, and unfortunately my Director General for NITA is not here, he's a bit under the weather. NITA had no access to the National Data Center.
Minister, you mentioned that the terms had changed in one breath, and in another breath you also said that they had also amended the main contract. So isn't the change of terms, wasn't it as a result of the amendment of the original contract?
Exactly so, Madam Chair. But again, I leave this for the advice of the Attorney General and the lawyers, that you cannot alter the terms of a parent contract in such a manner that vitiates the intent of the original contract. Because the original contract said you could not assign more than 20%. Now you have a situation where you've done an addendum that has taken over the entire rights and handed them over. So again, that's a question for the lawyers to determine if that is legally right and permissible by our laws. But
let me say, some MPP activists have been complaining of Meta restricting their accounts, their posts, pulling down most of their activities without prior notice or anything. The Speaker, and what is also worrying is that there are no remedy or no avenue for them to complain of such activities. Some of them may be fake accounts, we agree, but those who are genuine do not even have an avenue to complain. I'm asking, won't the CSA, be used moving forward to particularly to say clamp down, victimize politically activists who want to express their opinion against government or against the ruling party? Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker, the Cybersecurity Authority under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has absolutely no interest in clamping down on dissenting voices or criticisms of the government. And so we have actually no policy of clamping down or shutting down pages. In fact, the Cybersecurity Authority of Ghana has no control over the platforms and does not have the ability to shut down pages on their own. All shutdown of accounts are done by the platform owners. So if a post is taken down on WhatsApp or on Instagram or Facebook by Meta, that's done by Meta's own community standards. It means that the content of that post breached the community standards. That is not an activity of the Cybersecurity Authority. If a post is taken down on TikTok, again, that will be done by ByteDance. That is not controlled. Those platforms are not controlled by the Cybersecurity Authority. So I'm grateful for the question. It allows us to educate the public to say that the government is not responsible for taking down social media accounts, and President Mahama's government is extremely liberal and open to criticism, be they constructive or obstructive. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Member.
Minister Galam said, "I'm transformer." So, Crown, Galam said, "You want to transform now, Cabasu Crown."
Safanat Pania, between me a tough Ghana for Moja DNE television, a heavy, a tough.
Maybe Edema wrong so for Muslim Babia, now so much, Namuyama Hovo. Namuria, I must tell Jamu. I was for some more to the summer. I said, Gani, say, when you are licensed, I bet my Jeffrey in summer. What last I can yet, Nadamusa Boy. Tana walk it into it, a drunk it into a Yanaka here. Because if man Cassia power, Cassia power, the super, the whole Africa, money company as soon as football Cassia power, any new ones. Now, 7 here, 7 was champagne there. Some more 2 million magic, money company, some men I'm here in Pizzamia. But can you want to have about what yet? What did you say in Yaji? I wish I for and sang you about trouble. Now, one so no, we are tomorrow. Now, can you with the young boy? One more a year, machine for me. Now, those one so it did not transform and swarm. And a woman you remember goes a canyano, a Hamawino, net teacher. Now, I'm so for the 2 minutes of chronics at the end of teacher. Not much a teacher and a mucha for Mamma. No opposition. And now, Karimunum at Taya, Nimusa, or when you're a baby corn. Or Monkaya, a 30 down with can put to Roma, Mamma. And I'm the coaching minister. A Uboku Prampe, now for 1 away minister for energy. Now for the poor says here. I say more when transform and I hold this up. To my transform as soon. Now, if I'm support to Minister Galam saying, and I can't transform. So, Crown Kwana, and Galam saying you want to transform and I will Cabasu Crown. Look, I get transform at the same year, and I'm the cacao so form. Make it by Anosono. Will by them go see him. You could see transform and baby of your Galam saying, baby of my young boy, baby of machines, one of the transform and go see here. I will show for Obio, yes, on percent by Yagma. 7% you man about can the transform about what did be? Transform and labor say, Miana, do secrecy. Transform and Babriano. Now, Obia could do conquest, Sunyana for say. Transform and I'm making Kuala, but did transform a Kakaka, Sako, says I want some quite transform and a cassia on a book 700 kg. Yeah, just okay. Obia Busa say, ah, Nakuna Susai, and you transform a cassia airport. Obia could do conquest a galaxy, may they transform and a galaxy, Yami. And I said, Miana Chaka, and Yana Pop, I'm a transformer. No, Obia, we are, no Passage, and say, nearly year no pay. And then, every before now, must say, I did, I got 20 and every year. One person, Madonna and I as a man, and I made my coffee time of Waba. Now, Johnny, make an end. Minim China for Bibia, Nada was on the license, more Minim Bibia, Naminia bound. Now, Opuka Testament Chassis, say, not charming, Obia more opposition. No opposition. MPP for Germany. MPP for the make of court. If you want change, a group I don't know. The court to brother. No court to brother. No court to Gara. No court. Yawada. If yada. Every day we can court. Now for patch or the same by the government 5 days in a week here. We have been answering to me now and Hokaka. MPP was at 2 days a people. 3 days the day before court. Now what you be out. Yeah, I'm your Kandapa. Kandapa the slum. Near Brashaba Daddy, message about you. To court the baby woman called Dako, the corner Dako in a week. Say, never be out. Kandapa can say, Manako, court to know. Yachishum, you know, I was at the 24. Ubakosa. What could they get through some as the answer? I could anything I know my yes, I know. Yemen Kwan on me, sir. Amen. What would you make? I call what you make. A year to mamma. One would be up to you, Tipping and one in the corner. We did me up. One in the corner, you put your coat away, a chair about Kuyaba. Yeah, Chamet and Kwan. I could demand now what you know. None will put me out. Sama made a now of him. Niagara Gamma was now caught. Musa driver, you didn't call court. Kokama court. Okom.
Something like professional relationship. This is why I felt myself and
government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. Welcome to Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro. Today is the 4th of November 2025 and this is the day the Lord has made. We're indeed glad in it. We're returning here by the grace of the Almighty Allah to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. And thank you very much for tuning in to the show. My name is once again Audu Moro, and I'll go straight ahead and look at what the newspapers are reporting this morning. And I'll start with today's Daily Graphic. Daily Graphic this morning says Galamsey attack on Naimos team. 2 MPs hauled before police CID. Germany pledges 65 million euros support for Ghana as President Mahama hosts President Steinmeier. Does lithium mining venture in limbo? New cybersecurity bill threatens press freedom. GJA. The Ghanaian Times. Germany pledges 65 million euros support to Ghana. GJ considering legal action at ECOWAS Human Rights Court over Ahmed Suale's case. GJ President. Government engages ESPA to clear outstanding arrears. Local government minister. There's FDM disturbances. IGP directs CID to take over investigations. Grab copy for recruitment into internal security agencies. That's the Ghanaian Times is urging the public. Daily Guard this morning says Brain Hill crowned the best international school. There's Germany supports Ghana with 65 million euros. SML rebuts OSP claims, calls for evidence-based verification. AG frees Wuntomiko accused, and as GRA head of legal arrested. MP invited over NIMOS task force assault. The Insight. Brani Champong vows to adopt Volta Region MPP, pledges a new future of hope, unity and growth. State Housing Company offers debtors juicy 15% discount on fees owed in new revenue mobilization campaign. Towards renewed African liberation, 80 years since 1945, Manchester Congress and the need for revolutionary Pan-Africanism. There's 2 immigration officers shot by unknown gunmen. Ghana suffering revenue leakages due to smuggling activities. FABAG. Goma chief appeals to IGP to rein in detractors over false claims. The New Republic. The New Republic. Ghana Post sparks park clash. Ufuriata's deputy orders Sam George to hide names. Sam George lights up Wuti Festival with digital dreams. Guns, Gold and Mayhem, MP linked to Galamsey rampage. The court crashes Edubuahin's fantasy. Jean Mensah finds God as removal petition gathers dusts. And also with today's Business and Financial Times, SML pushes back against OSP claims, demands fairness, factual clarity. There's disputes 125 million cedis in recovery claims. It says the records tell a different story. But President Mahama directs termination of contract. Domestic banks have capacity to fund energy projects. Fidelity Bank Director. CWG relaunches Academy to bridge skills gap in tech force. And SHC launches campaign to recover over 200 million cedis debt, offers 15% discount. The Metro Lens says IGP orders probe into attack on NIMOS director. Brani Champong promises hope, unity and growth as he adopts Volta Regional MPP. Nassim condemns mob attack on NIMOS team in Hwidiam. Immigration officers ambushed in Nangani, 1 dead. Okay, so that's it for the front pages of the newspapers that we have this morning. Please stay with us and keep watching Good Morning Ghana.
stay the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
Edi asema menya oden o tiantie mu amanfo ada o hye me boso beto phone na mame me phone na say dada menya oden
the most surprised man
surprise ben
surprise
hey Kofi papa e phone o iPhone 13 nanya ne
ende me fankofo bi mienu o amuko circle ene ba ko ne ka chena dan for hour ono ode ne Ghana card ekọ EBA phone so a otua 40% pen edi ne phone man no a da aka no betua ne kakra Timothy ya me drop na me so me call ho ana me kwanya wo phone de brɛ no
oh Kofi papa me da se I'm sure
baby ko good
wo EBA phones hade yeton iPhones ne ho akade nyina ye sanso de ma wholesale so ye dealer na so pedodo atua anase afi na wo hye iPhone business na se a braya se ye hwehwe ye kira kwan e wa Accra Circle Mall any tiptoe lane modern photos in chain American Monso ye ni odor rice ene edi nhwenim Kumase yewedum ejekuma brunsanim obetumi so hu ye e wo www.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit, happy smile.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa, dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go fit the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go fit be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go fit be the luckiest.
God, Kwamio!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Hey. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Good Luck no check me way.
Yeah,
man.
Easy cry. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
How much birthday?
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompt, yes. And then boom, confirmation test.
I'm quick. Pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family famous? Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro. I'm here this morning, or joining us this morning for what, as usual, promises to be a very, very interesting and a very intellectually stimulating and riveting conversation, as we always do here on the show. One is an MP, one is a former MP. Dr. Dixon Adumako Kesi is a former MP for the good people of Anyasu Otum. And he's also a medical doctor. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Same here. Glad to be here.
It's been a while.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Same here. Same here. I appreciate you having me.
All right. And also joining us this morning is Cletus Sedu Dapla. He's a sitting MP. He's not a former MP. He's a sitting MP for the people of Jerapa. And also, he is the Vice Chair for the Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration Committee of Parliament. He's with us this morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
It's always good to see
you
join us on the show.
Thank you.
How are your people?
Well, we are fine.
We are keeping good by the grace of Allah. There's peace in Jirapa. People are harvesting their farm produce.
Okay.
And it's okay. It's okay.
All right. And Doc.
Yeah.
How's Dr. Brian Echampo? Are you still in his camp?
Always.
Yeah, okay.
Always. In fact, we're currently in OT region. We just finished the Volta region yesterday.
Okay.
And since I have your attention, I must admit we've made some major gains since we started.
Okay.
To the extent that I must say on record that when we talk of the top 3 contenders, we're in there. And for a new entrant, I think it's a monumental thing, considering the heavyweight members in there. So we're grateful to the grassroots and the delegate fraternity, and I think more and more his message is catching on, and people are buying into the idea of bringing on a new beginning, somebody who's a bit more radical, very well resourced, and is younger. And in addition, I think that I've said in many platforms that he's a combination of the two that we had before. And what I mean by that is that he has the academics and the proudness of Dr. Bawumia, and then he has the boldness and the resources like Ken. So this becomes a combination of the two, and I think is our surest bet to win 2028. And if you have an embodiment of the two, why go for just one? And in addition, I think he stands tall in bringing the two sides together. The two sides have entrenched positions and very die-hard people who may not work for the other should one win. So we're hopeful that with him as a middle ground, that can then bring the two sides together under his umbrella to help us win the next election, because we need everybody to win 2028. The deficit we had as a party shows that one grouping alone cannot win the election. So it is important, and to borrow from former President Kufuor, every party, any party in the world, topmost priority is to gain power. Not to be just saying Kukudu or Ejobodo, but to work hard and gain power. So if that is our priority, then our best bet in terms of gathering momentum from our basis, and we cannot discount that. You know, when you have a home match, you have more people in the stadium. It's as simple as that. And I think that he cuts across, and Volta has received him so nicely, and we're very hopeful as we go on into other regions. So a very good morning to Dr. Brian Echampo, and I'm glad to be working under his leadership. And I think he's already transforming the party in terms of people's excitement to come for his meetings. And that, even for me, shows a revival of the party. And if he's reviving the party, is a huge plus for the party and for our formidableness in the future. Yeah. And let me take this opportunity. I don't speak for the former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, but I must say that personally, I'm happy about his composure with regards to this contest. His call for the 5 of them for breakfast, quite commendable. His call for them to use decor and be gentle with each other, I think is also very commendable. And he's shown now to be a very powerful father figure and may he live long.
Except to say that after that meeting, I'm not sure if the objective for that meeting has actually been achieved, because right after there have been lots of recriminations and insults and vilifications and outright, tantrums being thrown at each other here and there, and I don't know, but that's another conversation we'll have perhaps on another day. But you stated just a while ago that Brian Acheampong, for now, you can state confidently and categorically that if you take first three, it's there. How did you arrive at this? What's your basis for saying this?
Well, earlier on there were some polls, and I personally said that when you poll before the contestants go to the grounds, then you're not having a true picture. But when you allow the contestants to go on the grounds and cover about 100 plus, then when you poll, it will be a bit more representative. And as we speak now, in the minds of the delegates, and I speak not from a poll of people necessarily outside of the basket, a lot of them, the name that is at top, and I must be frank with you, I'm being very modest, is Dr. Brian Acheampong. And for that reason, nobody will dispute the fact that if there are three, we are in there. And I'm hoping that by the end of November, the polling that may be done will be more representative. I mean, I think the same Musa brought something out recently where he said that Dr. Brian Acheampong was favorable in Ashanti region, doing very well in Greater Accra, and also, I believe, Eastern, which is a no-brainer. But let me also add that in 2028, if you don't win Greater Accra, you cannot win the general election. And quite frankly, the former flag bearer didn't do so well in the primaries of the party. He didn't do so well in Greater Accra. And it was so reflective also in the general election where out of the 34 seats, he got only 2. And that means 2 out of 34, quite frankly, an indictment, or it shows the unfavorability of the candidate in Greater Accra. And many a times the MPs are not as liked as the candidate. But in this instance, barring all foreseen things, for me, it shows that the favorability of the candidate was rather low compared to the MPs in Greater Accra. And I think overall, 77 wins for the flag bearer as opposed to 88 for the members of parliament. And typically, is the candidate that lifts the members of parliament. And to have a performance as being second in command for 16 years, I think that is quite telling that the favorability was lower than even the party. In as much as the party had issues in terms of governance, the candidature issue is shown by the poor performance compared to the entire party, because the entire party had 88 seats, minus 1 now because of the demise of our late brother. But so if you're looking and you're being frank with the numbers, then clearly the favorability of the candidate is less than the party. And when you have that, then I think that we need to question or interrogate it further. And that whole thing about tradition, it didn't work for Alan. So it's what the youth want. Somebody who provides solutions to their joblessness and somebody with ideas that have already transformed lives. And I tell people that looking at the software things that Dr. Brian Acheampong has done, which are used not just in this country, South Africa, Nigeria, others, it shows that he has already created products that are utilized, and the revenue from this has been also used for Rock City.
Okay.
Which just shows you that, yes, when it comes to technology, he's actually utilized it to do something. So I recommend him.
So one can one can also argue that based on everything you've said, your conclusion that Dr. Brian Acheampong would occupy the first 3 slots as far as this contest is concerned, as we speak.
Yes.
One can say that that conclusion is purely anecdotal. It's not based on any kind of empirical evidence, because I don't know if you have told me that you've done your own internal polls that suggest that
we have, but
he's in the first 3.
We're very.
And you're prepared to share that polls with us.
We're very
very useful.
Is in-house, and we don't. We've been checking. I mean,
what does the poll say?
We're doing very well, and it's more reflective, I think, even in the Musa Dankwa's last showing, where he was saying that 50-50 for us in Greater Accra, and then Ashanti region had a huge favorability for us. And I think that in being modest, I would wait for end of November, because by then we would have covered close to.
Does your internal poll show
200.
that Dr. Brian Acheampong is in the first 3?
Yes.
That's what it shows?
Yes, first 3. And you can do your own.
Do you have your polls here? Can you share that with us?
Oh, I will share it with you after.
The internal polls.
After, because we're not, to put it out. It's for our own consumption. Let me put it, because he's very scientific.
All right.
In his processes, and let me say that, listen, some polls have not been very scientific, and I say this with the greatest of respect to some of the pollsters, because I believe that. For instance, as I said earlier, there was one poll that gave the former flag bearer 72%, and I asked myself that, listen, he won with 60-something%, and he's lost people, the likes of Dr. Brian Acheampong, which, if you even just take Brian's friends alone, you can't then increase your percentage. The likes of, former Natoshi is also gone. The likes of even Educhum is also gone. So it begs the question: how do you increase your numbers when you've rather lost very heavyweight people who also have a following? And we should not discount when people leave. So those polls were very questionable in the sense that it did not even factor the point that every person departing will go with minimum 4%. Minimum 4%. So I think that some of the polls have not been very reflective of the happenings. And I think that, like I said, by November, we would have covered, close to 200 constituencies out of the 276. And by then, when the polls are done, delegates would have at least experienced all 3, or shall I say all 5, of the people contending, and then you can say that, rumble in the jungle. As it stands now, things have shifted.
I've heard Kojo Oponkroma, who's the MP for Foasia Iribi, make a strong counter-argument about this statement you just made about whether Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the problem, or it was the party which the electorate had a problem with, and that's what resulted in the just a second, resulted in the election, the results that we saw in the 2024 elections. And he makes the case that apparently, I heard it for the first time, that apparently there was a Friedrich Egment Foundation, how do you call it? I hope I got that correctly. Research that was conducted post the 2024 elections into why the MPP lost the elections. And according to him, of course, plus the Professor Michael Kwe report, he puts the two together.
Which most of us have not seen.
Well, he says that there was nowhere in these two, you can call it research, you can call it polls or whatever it is, that suggest, even remotely, that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was the problem.
So let me help you. I admit that there was a governance issue.
In any case, in fact, he adds that in any case, but for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's picture on the ballot, the party could have gotten around or could have recorded far less than the 41%.
I will put the party at the performance of the MPs. And
Really?
then the candidate at his performance, where he got 77 seats, as compared to 88 seats. This is just very basic glossal thing, where I think that, like I said, most of the time, the MPs are the ones that the people don't like. Because we're close to them, they think that the roads are we are supposed to be doing the roads, and all of those things. So the MPs take the baggage of parties' sins. So when the MPs have gotten 88 seats and the candidate gets 77, and you tell me that the candidate is a reason for even that performance, then I have a problem with that. So being very simplistic, look at the whole thing, the whole big picture.
The
candidate gets 77 seats. In some regions, actually 0 seats. The likes of Upper East and Upper West, Savannah, Oti, Volta, 0. Okay? So my biggest thing is that in many instances, the candidate carries them. In this instance, he dips further down than the party.
The challenge
if we had 100 seats for the presidential and 88 for the MPs, and let me even add that the real numbers in terms of votes, the MPs overall quantum was bigger than the candidate. So that flaws that whole argument. Please, are you understanding where I'm coming from?
I follow.
The voters voted more for the MPs than the candidate. So when you tell me that the candidate carried the day, it begs the question, which institution are you really referring to?
But if
data management can be skewed if you like, but I'm being very open and factual here. You understand?
But you see,
and I will tell Upon Nkrumah any day that please question your research.
But if the
all your research,
if the electorates still, let me just interrogate your argument a bit. And sorry about this, folks. It wasn't meant to be our main issues, but he's here representing Dr. Brian Champon. So we just felt that we needed to tease a few issues from him. But your argument is that because the delegates vote, so if you put all the
votes in Ghana, I mean, Greater Accra, the gap was 325,000.
Okay,
plus.
but it's still, how does that still validate the argument that you've made that it is still it indicates or is indicative of the voters?
Look at Mohammed's gap.
The fact that the voters don't like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That's the
look at Mohammed's gap, and look at the parliamentarians. And this man is here from Jirapa, right?
Yeah,
Cletus.
MP for Jirapa.
Yes. In total, Mahama got more votes than the total sum of the MP's votes. When you tell me that Mahama carried the day and carried them along, I'll clap for you. I'll say yes. But when the reverse is put to you, which is our case, where the total sum of votes, for the MPs is far more than the flag bearer.
Yeah, but how do you carry?
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
How do you carry? How do you carry a weak party into an elections?
No, if you carry and you're a powerful, likable, favorable candidate, you get more votes on your party.
But that doesn't change what you see. But that doesn't change whatever issue. Remember, that's a party in government. It doesn't change whatever resentment or challenges or problems that the grassroots of your party have against their own party, for which reason they didn't come out to vote. So, is it a Bawumia problem or is an MPP governance problem?
Please, it's twofold. Okay. And don't quote me wrong. There was a governance issue, agreed, and we can put that on the MPs. Governance. The unfavorability of the party rests on the MPs. That's a bit more reflective.
Really?
Oh, like I told you.
Why the MPs?
Most of the time, the MPs are the brunt of, everything that happens locally.
If the economy is bad, they blame the MP? If there's corruption, they'll blame the MP?
It will be reflective in what we call skirt and blouse. Okay. So in this case, the true picture, which some are finding very difficult to swallow, because it's a very difficult thing. And let me say categorically here that Dr. Brian Acheampong supported wholeheartedly the candidature, financially, spiritually, and time. But being a shrewd businessman, he's realized that no, this horse, if you back it again with that kind of investment, you're losing. And for that reason, we need a candidate who can, marshal and bring up all the groupings, those who did not show up to vote. And for that reason, that's why he said, no, listen, I was with you, in all honesty, to the extent that, unfortunately, even our performance in the Zongos, this is the worst of them. I mean, so how do we then proceed? Even your trump card, your leverage, it didn't work out. And forgive me, it's a very painful thing when you're, a striker and your team says that they, and some people don't like it when we talk, but in any sporting activity, coach and captain, if they win, we clap. If they lose, they carry the package. It's just like that. And some hate it or love it, the players might be good, but the terrain might not be.
Because the voters have a more they have a more personal relationship with the MPs, unlike, say, the flag bearer.
Many a times, the flag bearer always gets more votes than the MPs.
Well,
there were very few of us who got votes than Nana.
Which is far less than what Nana got.
What I say? And my point again, listen, my view is that the favorability, especially in Greater Accra, where any candidate who cannot win Greater Accra cannot win 2028.
But there are also instances where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia got more votes than the MP.
In total?
No, if you put in total,
Please, I said in total.
It may be a bit deceptive.
Okay, so in Greater Accra,
case by case.
Me, I'm a Greater Accra person.
So you're going to look at Greater Accra.
Out of the 4 or 5 wins, 2 is where he won. Okay, and those 2. In some instances, is a margin of 50 votes, So let me, and then we won't go into the western region, western north, where it's actually quite bad.
Okay.
So let's maybe generous and say that let's look at the whole big deal.
No problem.
77, 88. Please.
Okay.
And then in totality, the votes. Individual votes that voted for MPs were more than the candidate.
All right.
So I don't find it amusing.
You don't seem to be, or you seem to be unfazed about the 63 MPs who have thrown their weight, behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. In fact, in your own, when I say your own, I'm talking to Dr. Brian Acheampong's own backyard. I'm talking East region where we're told about 15 MPs or so who've decided to throw their weight behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And that clearly is a vote of no confidence, isn't it? 15 MPs.
I think that let me share this with you. We had meetings with some, prior to...
Of who? Of these 15?
In fact, the entire regional base, okay? And that is prior to Dr. Brian's start of the campaign. And they made us aware that, listen, they've made commitment with Dr. Bawumia, and they are going to find it very difficult to shift. So those are individual commitments. We are dealing with reality and the need for change. And I think that people should owe allegiance to the party, not to an individual. So quite frankly, I am troubled when leaders of the party hold allegiance to an individual, even if it's not going to be successful, than looking at what is good for the party. So I can state here on your show that they are worried about rather their allegiance or their commitment to a candidate and not the party. So we're not looking at that at all. And we think that there would have been better men and women if, to show leadership, they rather told the base that, listen, in truthfulness, this candidature won't work. Though we had an allegiance or a commitment, this won't work. So now we are thinking about the party. Are
you by this suggesting that these 15 MPs have blind allegiance to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia? They don't care about the party's future, whether the party is going to win or not? Is that what you're suggesting?
125%.
If indeed what you're saying, which is that Dr. Brane Champong is the man who can win elections for the party, the MPs want their party to come to
so
power.
I can tell them, the likes of Mafo.
It shouldn't
That
have
the allegiance is to an individual, not the party.
Yeah, but I'm saying that allegiance can't possibly be a blind allegiance. It is because they believe that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can.
Let me even share with you one interesting thing. When we brought Dr. Bawumia, many of the research done before December 7th told us that his candidature won't fly. But we went and worked hard, all through and through. And December 7th, it played out.
Yeah, because
it played out
because the grassroots
and they know this.
So they wanted him. So they voted for him.
No.
In the MPP's
we know what
presidential
went on.
primaries.
We don't want to.
Well, we don't have any evidence to that effect.
I know
they
what
voted
went
for
on.
him, and he didn't do what in the last elections. The
with
point I'm trying to make is
63%,
the 15 plus the other MPs who have thrown their weight behind Dr. Mahmoud
because of their commitment to him, not to the party.
Look, let's even say granted.
What you're saying is what it is.
No, hold on. I'm saying that you are now telling me I can't independently verify. I'm saying that the 63 MPs who have thrown their weight behind him.
Even some of them have actually reneged on that.
Well, we don't know that for a fact as well. I'm saying that the 63 MPs
should I help
could have done that only if they believe that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia would win. Otherwise,
it is based on their commitment to him, not that he.
Is it just only commitment that they don't believe he would win?
Oh, I can tell you that they know for sure that his candidature is not the best.
Which of these MPs are you saying has backtracked? You say there's an MP.
Oh, there's one quite recent. There was a huge uproar within our platform.
Because he came out. This MP you're talking about has come out to say it is not true.
Which one?
And that he's still with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Which one are you talking about? Let me just pick up his name. Because he's within the Ashanti region as well.
Yes.
And he's with us on the trail. So
as we speak,
and I'll share pictures if you want me to put them online. Let me just I'll share with you.
Who is
quickly.
this MP again?
Quickly,
don't worry. All right. Yeah. So I'll give you some time.
So
I'll give you some time.
Some have certainly backtracked, and you know what?
Some of them.
How many of them? Our value is in the 200,000 voters as opposed to 60.
No, let's no sidetrack.
I'm telling you.
Sidetrack.
So
some of the MPs.
Let me share with you and your producer some of the pictures.
Okay, so you do that.
Of people who have
out of the 63.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
You're watching.
It shouldn't surprise you.
Hold on. Yeah, don't be in a hurry. You say you know some MPs who are now saying they don't want to support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia again out of the 63. We'll take a short break when we come back. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Please stay with us.
Start your Kids Day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354. Also 0531 600 360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking Publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Ebusiafo ye mama kwaba eba Children's Palace. Nkwala nyema nyina fie enyi. Yonkwala ntade mani mema nyina ntare nyina wase. Yonkwala shoes, yonkwala duane, yonkwala wipes, yonkwala diapers, yonkwala toys, baby cot. In fact, bibia opama umanyina obenye biwa ase.
Located at East Legon Hills, Nana Chrome KFC. Contact us on 059 6377 172. Children's Palace. Happy children, happy fashion. See you soon. Bye bye.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson,
me didn't tum. Mr. Freddy Calico, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Freddy once now. Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the action. Me did this sasso spray. Mr. Freddy sasso quell. Yeah, go to my sasso. Come on, Tom Preco.
Ama, nansi mi jeno wo bin enko ye kwao. Ama ma ye bohu se kontomra akija.
Nansi me hu se me nyo basi makura. Ama me kunu ni me into kwankwa. Oyiwa. Enye mo give us GC mixture and the capsules. Aye num boom and wasam na mo kana. E bua emma ene meme nyina. Ne ma wo ba ye obesima. Na be ma so aye be masima. Ya, we be bua wo kunu. Ama ne giant sa wo de hye ne botum. Na wanyinya na nim tisese ne wo yi chokoma. GC mixture and a capsule.
A pin for a batter, one more menu for one and Quadawin if you do me.
You're live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro. I'm here with Dr. Dixon Adumaku-Kesi, who is Anyaso Tom, former MP and also a medical practitioner. This is a doctor, medical doctor. Kletu Sedo Dapala is MP for Jirapa and also is the Vice Chair of the Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration Committee of Parliament. So let's try and wrap up on this quickly. You say that out of the 63 MPs who have thrown their weight behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, you're saying that some of them are backtracking?
The Sunafo one is one. It's Sunafo North.
It's Sunafo North.
MP, yeah. He's one. He was with us last week. At least I can vouch for him.
Was he part of the 63?
Yeah. And there are others who even argue that their name was not supposed to be on that list. But, we're not here. And mind you, even between now and January, anybody can change their mind, really. I mean, that's politics. It's so dynamic. Okay? Dynamic. So it's not like sealed on.
I know you, of course, you are not MPP, but you also have said it time and again that what happens to the MPP happens to Ghana because that's the biggest opposition party we have. And in the spirit of democracy and comradeship, there's nothing wrong with commenting on what happens in the party of your colleague's party. I mean, you are an MP, as they do. If you commit to support a candidate, and I mean, why do MPs fear to publicly, or let me put it this way, if you do not support a candidate, and there's a news item that says Seyidu supports one of the candidates in the NDC, we're told, and purportedly are, clamoring or have the ambitions of taking over or succeeding John Dramani Mahama. Let's assume you were told that you support one of them. If you don't, what difficulty would you have in coming out public to say you don't?
Well, this Ashinafo North MP has come out.
Yes, because now we're told that even some of the 63, like you're telling us, some of them, we don't know how many, are saying that, well, it is not true, but let's allow the sleeping dogs to lie. Something doesn't add up.
Well, Moro, thank you.
Anyway.
Good morning to my brother once again. I miss you, bro. Yeah. But you look good in opposition.
Oh! So you want him to stay in opposition?
Yeah, sign of good living. The economy is good. When Ghana, it doesn't matter which party you belong. Once the system is good, the economy is doing well. Prices of goods are,
stay there.
Very stable now.
Low
fuel prices stable. Exchange rate stable. What again? We are not going to have any party that will come and put money in our pockets, but we want a peaceful, conducive environment.
Okay.
Stable prices environment for all of us to survive very well.
So I think so good far, under Mahama.
Very good. Very good. But even when we're in parliament, though your party was in power, you weren't looking like that. Today, looking around your face, sign of good living all over.
Do you know why is shocked?
What again?
Because in one place you say you miss him.
Well,
another place I say you stay in opposition.
Yes.
It means you don't like him.
He's a good friend, good brother. We've worked together in the Foreign Affairs Committee. Right. We're all in Foreign Affairs Committee in the 8th Parliament, and we fared very well together. Moro, I ordinarily would not have wished to comment on this MPP thing. Is to paraphrase or quote my late Professor Mills, do fear sem. But it's politics we are doing. And for me, stakeholders of various political parties sticking their neck out to support candidate A, B, C, D. It is one thing that political parties should not even be doing. If you love your party so well, I think it is not something we should be doing. Normally, when we do these things, both parties, when we do these things, this throwing your weight behind a candidate A, candidate B, when we do that, that is why if the candidate, if the winner, the victor eventually is not strategic, he finds it so difficult to reconcile the party moving into the elections. So what the MPP is doing, if they don't elect a leader who exudes humility, who will be able to carry all the parties or the factions together. They are going to be in very serious trouble. They know that very well. You understand? And that is why I have always said that when you are going into a contest and you believe that you have an upper hand than the others, you have to be measured in your words to your colleagues or the other contestants. You see, because if you are in a contest and you believe that you will win, you don't have to say certain things to the other contestants. That when you do that, you find it so difficult to be able to reach out to them after the elections, after when you win. So for me, contest is good. It deepens internal democracy. So it is neither here nor here for anybody to say that why are the others contesting the former flag bearer of the party. No, it's democracy. If he wins, he should, or in his campaigning, he should be measured, or his team should be measured, knowing very well that if they win, they can extend olive hand to the others. Yeah. Dr. Brian Achampong, fine, brilliant young man, very vibrant, very entrepreneurial man, political astute. If he wins, he will need the others. Edichum, if he wins, will need the others. Komna Japan, all of them. And they know that. This is not something I should be saying around this platform. So they have to be measured. But political parties, we find it very difficult to restrain when it comes to throwing our weight behind a particular candidate. And usually, like I said, when that happens and the candidate, we give more work to the candidate after his victory to do. You understand? So for me, whether Brian, whether Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, whether Dr. Edichum, whether Honorable Kobina J, all of them, Moro, where are they going? Right. 2028. Nowhere. They are not going anywhere. So they only elect a flag bearer. But they will not be able to win the 2028 elections with whoever that they will bring. Right. But I think that by and large, we wish them well. Let them have a peaceful contest. Moro, you remember one time I was here around this platform with the Deputy General Secretary of the MPP, and I was telling them that, you see, they, the national executives, have a lot of work to do after these elections. So if they think if they support a particular candidate, they should be measured in how they treat the others. Because you are the executives, you are the stakeholders of the party, you are the very people who will have to lead the winner of this contest or the winner of the contest to the others to be able to woo them back to the party. Any house that goes into elections divided, you've already lost the election 50%. You understand? So for me, I wish the MPP well. But this issue of if all the parties, if we can always restrain and allow the flag bearers or the contestants to move and sell their message, I think it will always help the flag bearer himself than this group 15 MPs are supporting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Another day, this MP is supporting Brian Achampong. Another day is this, is that. That one, it doesn't work. Moro, remember, but my brother made a very good point. And I think that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's team should be worried because the last elections, Dr. Brian's alone support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was so enormous. They know that very well. Dr. Brian's support, even in Parliament, in wooing MPs to Mahmoud Bawumia's side, it was so enormous. Brian influenced many MPs to support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the last elections. They know that.
Including myself.
Including himself. Okay. So if today Dr. Brian is in the race, everybody should be worried. Kennedy Ajaapong, who even did not start the race earlier the other time, but everybody saw his, what he did. He showed very well. He fared very well in the election. Today, if Dr. Brian was with Dr. Bawumia, Dr. Edichum was with Dr. Bawumia, and Kennedy fared the way he fared, it tells you that this elections is not the way people are looking at it. So if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia team, if they are dreaming that they've already won, I'm telling you, they may laugh at the wrong side of their mouth because These two candidates, Dr. Brian and Kennedy Agyapong, they are not in to joke. They are not in to joke at all. Surprisingly, I saw many people in my constituency, posting Brian's flyers all over. And I'm like, what is happening? Jirapapa. I'm like, what is happening? Then when you go to the north, many constituencies, you've seen people who are now coming out boldly, courageously supporting Kennedy and then Dr. Brian Agyapong. So the other team should sit up. They shouldn't think that it's a foregone conclusion.
Are you sure you're not the one sponsoring?
No, I wouldn't waste my money in doing that. I will not. I don't even have that money. If I have, you know where I'll put it. All that I'm trying to say is that, look, they should not think that it's a foregone conclusion. They shouldn't look at 15 MPs have declared, this National Party executives are with us, these stakeholders are with us. Based on that, then they think it's a foregone conclusion. No, this one is mass voting. The electoral college is huge. It's not like small electoral college where you can go and influence, like what they did the other time, the super delegates. Just all these things was, how gimmicks just to project somebody.
Bawumia has 63 MPs.
Yes.
For him.
Oh, it's not. Let me tell you one thing. Moro, in politics, in politics, you can never be sure. You can never be sure what people discuss even on a particular platform.
Okay.
So don't, all those MPs, let me tell you, Moro, this pen, in politics, we can sit here and they tell you that, Moro, this pen is for you. And they will go behind and tell my brother, Dr. Edwin Kwesi, that, look, this thing, no, don't forget about what we discussed there. You are the one we are rooting for. Then they will come to Cletus and tell you that, look, my brother, this thing, I don't think that we should support, we should give it tomorrow. Why should we give it tomorrow? You are the best person for it. Now, there will be a fight amongst the three of us. You understand? So for me, the little I know about this political stuff, it is not always a foregone conclusion. Even when they say this thing is for you, you have to now find a way to grab it. When it's your hand, then you know that I have gotten it. But when they say it is for you and you go to sleep, you wake up and it is in the hands of somebody else.
Okay.
So that is how it is. So nobody should ever think that something is, especially elections. Okay. Mass voters, look, MPs can declare their support for a particular candidate. But the masses, why? Some of the MPs even ask them, they are not even popular in their own constituencies. You understand? They are not popular. If they put a ballot box today, some of them, they will vote them out. So if you are throwing your support behind a particular flag bearer, why? You are not the one. Maybe in a particular constituency, they have 5 voters in each polling station. You understand? So assuming that you have some 100 delegates or some 200 delegates in a particular polling station, and you alone declare your support. Sometimes, some of them even, their support for some candidates will even affect them. Some of the MP support for some of the flag bearership aspirants will affect those people because they are not even popular. The polling station executive, they have the opportunity, they want to throw them out. So their support, and this one too is a lesson to everybody. I'm saying this, the NDC too must listen. Some of them who are also lacing their boots to contest to replace President Mahama, they should also watch the caliber of people who are around them. One person around you can scare away many voters. One person. So it is not, it's something that you have to balance it. Okay. You have to take it seriously and look at it very well. You understand? So people should be very clear. There are some people, their allegiance to you or the fact that they support you alone will scare away so many people. Okay. So the flag bearer, as a flag bearer, you need to look at all this.
I see.
So I tell them, so when they come out publicly to say they are declaring their support for you, don't go and sleep. Still go in the night, the midnight, the dawns, the daytime, do the inner work. Right, you think those 15 MPs who has come out to declare for Dr. Bawumia, you think Brian will go and sleep? By now he's going to meet all of them. And do you know what language they would have told him to? You understand?
Politics is very clear.
It is not. You think Brian will go and say, you think Kennedy has not gone to meet them? The fact that they came out to support a particular candidate doesn't mean that the others will not meet them.
It's rather advertisement.
And even let me
Come
tell you, Moro, don't be surprised that before they even did that press conference, they would have reached out to these other flag bearers. I am telling you. Really? Yes, they would have reached out to them. In any case, my friend Mafo, who read the statement, he's not contesting elections again. He's not contesting elections. Why did the others not read the press statement? And they allow my friend who will not come in again to be the one to read the press statement.
You are disclosing too much.
It tells you a lot.
Clayton,
it tells you that the other parties should not go and sleep. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. This one is gimmick.
Politics. You can't even trust people.
No, you don't until you get hold of the thing. Don't go and sleep when they say it is for you, Moro.
You are disclosing too much.
Don't. I am telling you, Moro. Before that press conference, they would have reached out to Brian. They would have reached out to Kennedy Japan. They would have reached out to Educh. All of them to tell them that look, our people are on us. Our people are on us. You know this thing.
They like endorsement.
I love that. They want endorsement.
They like endorsement.
They like the publicity. So we are coming now to
like
do
endorsement.
But I'm giving you my word. Listen, I'm giving you my word. My constituency, you will win. How will people from Eastern Region vote against Brian Achampo? In Eastern Region, Brian, the son of the soil, the darling boy,
the governor.
The governor.
No.
It won't happen. No. It's not like I like Brian. I'm only telling you, everybody has a stronghold. If you go to Central Region, you understand? If you go to Central Region, look, Ken will have influence over the others. Or he'll be a very strong candidate there. Because that's his backyard. And you cannot say that Brian's backyard, they will ditch him. Even if Brian will not win the elections, I'm telling you, watch Eastern Region. They won't ditch him.
Interesting.
They won't ditch him.
Interesting.
Why? They are going to be in Eastern Region with him. You think they can look into his face and vote against him? They will not do that.
Two quick issues before we wrap up on the MPP Kenya primaries. Now, you know Dankwa Smith Buti is your acting national chairman.
Yes.
In the absence of
correct
Mr. Stephen Intia.
Yes, and he says he's not contesting again.
Okay. He's not happy that you, party communicators, you go on. Are these the two people you're talking about?
Yeah. No, this is a former MP, but that's the MP I'm talking about.
He was part of the 63.
Yes.
And now has jump shifted.
Well, he's changed his mind. People are at liberty to change their mind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It will be very interesting to ask him what has changed. Yeah. Anyway. So where was this?
This is a Volta region.
The Volta region campaign. Interesting. Now your vice chairman is not happy with you. You know, this thing where party communicators, as you've just done, you go on platforms and then you go and articulate or champion the interest of a candidate you're supporting when you're supposed to be talking for the party.
No, I talk for the party.
He says, like you've just done, you've given us 101 reasons why it has to be Dr. Brian Achampo. He says, no, people like you must be sanctioned by the party. What do you make of it?
But do they have a party? Who will sanction
Why?
who?
How do you mean the party?
But all the even at the headquarters, everybody is supporting somebody.
Frimpong Kodia is the general secretary of the party. Nana B is still the national organizer.
Where do they belong?
KJ4 is the women's organizer.
Where do they belong?
They have a vice.
They can't reprimand nobody.
Where
at this stage
to come in
you cannot. Who will you reprimand?
To come in.
Even you yourself, are you saint? You two belong somewhere.
I think you know what? I hold his comments in high esteem. Like the leader of the minority leader has said, that MPs should not also declare where they stand. But quite frankly, it's a difficult thing. It's like a misnomer. You know, it is only fair that we make the party aware that as communicators for the party, in the interest of democracy, when we are asked where we align with, I only told people where I'm at, and I have never shied away from telling people where I'm at. Okay, and I think that this was a fair question you threw to me, and I had to elaborate and explain and expatiate. Okay, so I respect Bute, and I think, but I wouldn't have necessarily gone into Brian factor if not for your question. Okay. So and I cannot sit here and say, I can't answer. That one would not be fair as a communicator.
Okay. But to wrap up on this conversation about the internal elections, there was an issue that came up recently. And for me, I thought that it was an inexcusably ethnocentric comment, which was made by the Asante Achem, I believe, South MP. The party has actually issued a statement to that effect. In fact, we'll put up the statement shortly. And it got a lot of your party supporters on social media to write quite extensively, you know, expressing their revulsion and their disdain, their angst, you know, and their call it their resentment against such a statement. So it's in two parts. There's one that talks about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was chosen as the running mate for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in 2008. 2008 or so, yes, as against others who were there long before him. That's one part. And so that makes him an outsider. And then there's another part where we're told, I haven't heard the tape, but I'm just reading statements, I don't know whether it's true, where I'm told he's also saying that from what he knows, there are certain tribes in this country that were used for certain things in the past. But the persons who come from this tribe are not meant to lead or to be leaders. And for that matter, so yes, it's called Kweku Asante Boateng. And for that matter, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia should not be given the opportunity to lead. Now, the party issued a statement, and that statement is rolling as you see on your screens. And I want to read it briefly and pick your thoughts on it before we continue. Just so for persons who have not seen the statement, just read it briefly before you come in. So it says that Ashanti MPP Parliamentary Caucus, Ashanti Regional Caucus of the New Patriotic Party condemns and distances itself from comments by Honorable Kweku Asante Boateng. The Ashanti Regional Caucus of the New Patriotic Party has taken strong exception to recent comments attributed to Honorable Kweku Asante Boateng, Member of Parliament for Asante Akim South, suggesting that the Ashantis historically used slaves for war, and that such people and their descendants are not entitled to leadership or position of authority within the party. Now, these comments are deeply offensive and run contrary to the spirit of unity, respect, and equality that the NPP stands for. The Ashanti Regional Caucus completely dissociates itself from the narrative and condemns it in no uncertain terms. And it says the NPP was founded on the timely principles of freedom, equality of opportunity, and inclusivity. Ours is a party that welcomes and rewards merit, loyalty, and service, and not lineage, tribe, or religious identity. Every member, regardless of origin or background, has an equal right to aspire to any position within the party or in national leadership. The Ashanti region, as the bedrock of the NPP, rejects any attempt to use history, tribe, or identity to divide our ranks or to question the belonging of any loyal member. Such rhetoric is not only divisive but undermines the unity and cohesion that have been the foundation of our party's success over the years. And the statement ends by saying that across all mature democracies, political parties act decisively against utterances that inflame ethnic or religious tension. As a democratic institution, the NPP must uphold the same standard of discipline, mutual respect, and responsibility in speech and conduct. The Ashanti Regional Caucus therefore reaffirms its unwavering commitment to national unity, peace, and inclusivity. We urge all members, particularly those in leadership, to be guided by restraint and decorum in their public statements. Our focus must remain on strengthening the NPP and advance the collective progress of our party and nation at large. The Ashanti Regional NPP Parliamentary Caucus stands firmly for a united party and united Ghana. Honorable Vincent Ekwa-Asefua, he is the secretary to the Ashanti MPP Caucus. I mean, what do you know about this issue, bro?
It's an unfortunate comment, but I also think that service should not be relabeled as slavery. And I think that's where I'm sometimes worried about media and their coverage. Because when you translate the local dialect, sometimes they choose the wrong word. Because I think to borrow from him, I when I saw the video, he didn't use the word slavery, but rather that served. You understand? So when you flip it from service to slavery, that's where I have a problem with the media in terms of that reportage. But it's an unfortunate statement. Many have reacted to it. But let me also state one thing, that the outsiderness, and please do not get me confused, because he said that there were equally people of the same tribe in the party, but he was picked from outside. So it's not, that one was not ethnocentric. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yes, but he was saying that we had equally northern region people in the party and Muslims in the party. And at the time when you came, you didn't have a party card. Okay, so that is where so it was more of like outsider to the party, not outsider to Ghana, let's say. And people have exaggerated, as usual, when these things happen. I have suffered such fate before, where my comment was totally misunderstood, misappreciated. So from a communication standpoint, I think that one is an unfortunate comment, and two, sometimes for reaction's sake, people use words, choice of words that are not necessarily what it is when you translate it.
Okay.
But I would like to put that behind us.
Okay.
This will be a contest of ideas, resources, and who brings solutions. And that is what I see as the main thing for our party.
What was the relevance of that statement anyway? That, of course, the other one, which has to do with some persons from some parts of Ghana are not meant to lead and things. I haven't seen that. I'm just reading social media commentary.
I haven't seen. And that's why I said that
and again, the Ashanti Caucus
people
statement,
embellish.
The Ashanti Caucus statement talks about that. So it will be good for Vincent Asifwa, who is the secretary to the caucus, to show us evidence.
Yeah,
that,
I mean, they vilify you for nothing.
That, because as we sit here, I don't have anything to that
nothing
effect.
Like that.
I mean, of all the things that is Kwekuba is in your camp, or is it
No.
Yes, he's not in your camp.
He's not in ours.
But of all the things that you can say against somebody, I mean, why would you say that? Well, he should be grateful to the MPP that he was made a running mate as against persons.
No, what he was saying is that even at the
him.
time when you were brought on,
yes,
there were people within the party of that lineage. Even they were not considered.
Understand that, but I'm saying that granted that that's even true. Okay.
It is. I mean, as for that, the secretary of the party at the time, which is Kwabena Agyapong, has said it categorically that the man did not have a party card. That one we can't dispute.
So the question I'm
asking,
known. So the question I'm asking is, and so what?
Well, in the party, let me just.
And do you agree with those who say he should be sanctioned for saying those comments?
I think that for saying which one?
For making those comments.
That he was not a party member.
Yes.
Oh, but that one. Please
let me know. Outsider.
No. Let me not be misunderstood.
Okay.
Please. The fact remains that at the time that he was nominated, he was not a card-bearing member. If Kwabena Agyapong, who was the secretary, is lying, then I'm lying. And I think he holds that very dear to his heart. And there are other characters who have attested to it. Okay, so that
and you know the reason why
that cannot be disputed.
You know the reason why I'm asking this question, because it's not the first time this matter has come up.
Oh no, but
Kwabena Agyapong has made this comment.
Yes.
Nano Hininto, who is now with the UP, has also made the same comment. And I'm saying that for a man who has served your party, both in opposition for 8 years, he has served your party in his capacity as running mate.
No, when you're going for presidency, they dig you. They dig you all the way. I mean, this happens even in the American race. They dig you and dig even your great-grandfathers. I mean, so this is politics. It's part of politics.
But they
dig you. They dig you and dig and dig and dig. I mean, it's when you're a public figure, these are some of the shots you take. You swallow it and then you move on. As I sit here, there are many interesting things going on your.
I don't know whether you want to have. You want to take on this? Or just
let me also comment on this issue. You see, granted that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia did not even have a party card before joining the party, it doesn't bar him from contesting.
Not at all.
Not at all. You understand? So it's neither here nor there. And even if you check the time he joined the party till now, it's 16 years. It's 16 years. Yeah. So you cannot say that somebody who has also joined the party for 16 years you are still questioning the person's eligibility or loyalty to the party. Is that the case? No. Let's be fair. Look, for me, I have said that in Ghana, even if it demands that we bring somebody else to come and help us build this country for our people in terms of provision of social amenities, rules, education, if we can get that person, I support that. It doesn't matter where the person is coming from. Moro, I have said it. Anybody who is involved in tribal politics doesn't even understand democracy. It doesn't even understand democracy. Look, we are from varied background. We can't all be the same. Politics brought us together. So you are thinking same, like you have the same mind how to, rule this country. So if it doesn't matter whether the person is a Muslim, the person is a Christian, the person is a pagan. No, if the person can truly champion and deliver, let's go for the person. So for me, I think that it's about time the NPP too should allow Dr. Bawumia to rest in terms of when did he join the party. At least you have a criteria for qualification, isn't it?
But in the party, interestingly, that question comes up for anybody.
No. I am telling you. So I'm saying that
MBA.
Let me tell you. It's always it has
so it's
always
a common
been there.
thing.
And let me tell you, Moro, on this platform, I have said it. Religion cannot influence votes. Tribal politics can influence. People can vote for you because of tribe, but they won't vote for you because of religion.
Oh, it's a true case.
You understand? That is how I have seen it, and there's a research. You can go into it, can look at it, and you come to this conclusion.
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, let's at least Dr. Bawumia too has joined the party. At least even if he didn't have a party card, he came around 2007, 2008, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, that is...
Do you understand?
That is,
so it's a long time.
So
we should also stop questioning. And let me tell the NPP, and when he joined, they hailed him around. You understand? He was being hailed. They made all of us believe that he was the Messiah. He was the one coming to solve all the problems of this country. Until he got power, and we realized that he wasn't, he wasn't the type that he didn't have, the clout to be able to solve the economic problems of this country. So he turned into an IT person. I don't know when he started that, but that's it. So for me,
IT is part of the economy, please.
Yeah, it is. But we wanted the CD to be stabilized like Ato and President Mahama is doing today. We wanted prices of fuel to go down. You understand? Even let me tell them, even under Dr. Bawumia, just 1 week to election, they increased fuel. 1 week to election, fuel prices shot up. So it tells you that he's not the type that can really. That's why I said, Moro, in conclusion, whoever the MPP elect, the good works of President Mahama will still let the NDC win the 2028 elections.
The MP in question has issued a statement. I'm talking about Kweku Boateng. This is official statement in reaction. The Asante
I didn't have.
Yes. He's issued a statement in reaction to the news making rounds, and let me say a big thanks to Guy G, the MPP's Guy G, who sent that message. Guy G from Cantonment, Guy G, which part of Cantonment do you live? Because I hang around a lot in Cantonment, and I've never run into you. Maybe one of these days we should try and meet up. But now he's just forwarded this to me, and it's the statement by Honorable Kweku Asante Boateng. Asante Boateng was a member of Parliament for the Asante South and it's a deliberate misrepresentation of his comment on Bedroom program on Adom TV. And it says, my attention has been drawn to a shameful and calculated attempt to twist comments I made during an interview on Bedroom on Adom TV last week, Wednesday. These distortions seek to inject religion and ethnicity into a matter that was purely about loyalty, sacrifice, and service to the New Patriotic Party. During the discussion, I drew an analogy rooted in Asante chieftaincy traditions to explain a very clear political principle. Leadership in the MPP is earned through service, sacrifice, and long-standing commitment, especially in the most difficult moments of our party's history. That was the essence of my point and nothing more.
And it says that in that context, I referenced the political trajectory of Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. In 2008, although he was not a member of the NPP at the time, he was granted a special waiver and brought into the party for a specific strategic purpose. The foremost national concern then was the economy, and he had the expertise to support the party's economic messaging. This was a major honor and privilege to be elevated directly to the second highest position on the party's presidential ticket. Since then, he has served 8 years as running mate and another 8 years as vice president and head of the economic management team, with the results now available for all to see. His service is acknowledged and appreciated, but service, no matter how noble, does not confer an automatic right to be president. For over 3 decades, many stalwarts have bled, sacrificed and risked everything for the NPP since 1992. They too deserve recognition and fair consideration. That is the principle I defended. You may disagree with my political view, and that is acceptable in a democratic party, but to attribute religion or ethnicity where there was absolutely none is what is truly divisive and dangerous. To now suggest that my comment carried ethnic or religious undertones is malicious, dishonest, and extremely dangerous. The interview is public. It can be found on YouTube. At no point did I reference ethnicity or religion. Anyone seeking the truth should watch the full interview and judge for themselves. The facts are plain. It is disappointing that respected voices, including Manasseh Azuri-Awuni, have repeated these false claims without any evidence. Equally, it is unfortunate that the General Secretary of the party has been misled to issue a statement based on the same distortions. I will not allow my name or my record to be weaponized to divide the NPP along ethnic or religious lines. We must all reject these dangerous narratives that serve the interests of a few while undermining the unity, cohesion, and values of the party we have collectively built. The Honorable Kweku Asante-Boateng, Member of Parliament, Santachim South constituency.
Fantastic.
Okay, so I guess that would have to end it here and move on. There are some other weightier matters that we ought to look at, and we're going all the way to the, I believe, is it Bono? The recent attacks in Bono Ashanti region.
The recent?
Yes, that should be in Bono. Collins Alder's place is Bono, isn't it?
Esutufi South.
Yes, but it's in Bono, in the Bono region. Or Ahafo.
I think that's
Ahafo. That's in Ahafo, yes, we're going to Ahafo. But so we're catching the next bus to Ahafo. There's been some development there. It's about the fight against illegal mining, and it appears that there's been some clash between lawmakers and
law enforcement.
Yes, and law enforcers. And we think it's quite unfortunate. We should, under normal circumstances, be on the same page in fighting illegal mining. So we shouldn't be clashing, you know. Yeah. But today's Daily Graphic reports that the 2 MPs in question, I'm talking about the Esutufi North and the Esutufi South MP, have all been called before the police CID. Now, we're told that the 2 members of parliament are under police investigations over their role in a mob attack or a mob action at Hwidiem in the Ahafo region that threatened lives and damaged property in a Galamsey-related incident. The MP for Esutufi South, Ebenezer Kweku, and the MP for Esutufi South. So here, the Daily Graphic, you have committed an unpardonable error. And that's for this one. I'll take you on this. Now, Collins Dauda is the MP for Esutufi South. Edward Kweku Ado is Esutufi North. You know, so... Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's my fault, actually. I apologize. So here we go. It's the MP for Esutufi North, Ebenezer... So, my apologies, Daily Graphic. The MP for Esutufi North, Ebenezer Kweku Ado, and the MP for Esutufi South, Collins Dauda, are being questioned by the Police Criminal Investigations Department for interfering with lawful police activity, possible complicity. And that's on page 3 is where the story continues. The possible complicity in illegal mining activities, inciting mob action against law enforcers and other issues. The police administration has consequently launched a special operations to arrest perpetrators of last Saturday's attack on the Director of Operations of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, Colonel Dominic Bois, and his team at Hwidiem to face the full rigors of the law. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Christy Yohunu, in a press statement signed by the Director General of Public Affairs, Deputy Commissioner of the Police, CIB DCOP, Grace Ansa Akrofi, directed the CID headquarters to take over investigations into the attack. The statement said the MP for Esutufi North, who was alleged to have incited a mob to attack the team and obstruct the NIMOS activities had been invited to assist in the police investigations. Various government channels were unavailable for comment, but the incident involving 2 MPs on the side of the governing party must have embarrassed the government. It happened at a time the government had deployed the NIMOS as one leg of the overall effort to tame the Galamsey menace as pressure mounts from various quarters, including organized labor and its affiliates. Mr. Kwekwadu reportedly led a gang of thugs to attack the NIMOS team and to free a group of men arrested over illegal mining in the area. The chaotic scenes, various accounts suggested, reached a point where the NIMOS team had to be escorted to escape a potential physical mob attack. In the heat of the exchanges, much of it happening within the precincts of the local police station, the Esutufi North MP said to have claimed that his Esutufi South counterpart, Mr. Dauda, wanted the NIMOS team to release the persons arrested for illegal mining. Mr. Dauda did not appear at the scene as he was not in the country at the time of the incident. Now, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Kofi Boah, has since condemned the attack on the NIMOS team, and a press release signed by the Media Relations Officer of the Ministry, Paco Shandov, said that having been adequately briefed on the matter, the minister strongly condemns the incident. And the newspaper goes ahead to tell us about what exactly happened, the MP's involvement, the MP's response, where Kwekwadu has denied claims that he incited the youth against the security team in the government's anti-Galamsey mining agenda. And the residents have also been reacting. It's all been captured in today's Daily Graphic. I don't know which of you would like to start with this. Now, let me start with you on this. I mean, first of all, it was the video that was circulating in the media. When you saw the video, I don't know what your immediate reaction was and the subsequent narratives that accompanied the video that we saw.
First of all, I have great respect for the 2 members of parliament. But let me also say that I'm not in support from a security standpoint. There's this upcoming norm in Ghana now that when people are either apprehended or arrested by the security services, then people mop up. So if it is BNI, people go to the office. If it is CID, people go to the office. I think that we need to stop it. And something must be done to stop that new thing that should Haruna Idrisu be arrested today, the whole of NDC will mop up to whichever office that he's arrested. I'm just using him as an example. Minister for Education, pardon me. So I think in general, Shatawale was apprehended and people mounted at, where was it, Yoko? This has to stop. And I say this with the greatest of respect to all political actors and party apparatchiks, whether NDC or MPP. In this instance, clearly, I mean, based on the people that were there, I can only posit that these were friends of the MP, friends of the current government, okay? So it cuts both ways. When law enforcement people approach, apprehend, arrest, or as it is, question somebody, people should not amass to the place. And in this instance, I think that if we do not take these things seriously, one day it can escalate into a whole different thing. The soldiers and policemen who were present, if they mistakenly open fire, would be talking about casualties. And people would have lost lives over nothing. So I think that either how we approach the arrest or apprehension has to be changed, okay? So that this idea of people or policing needs to communicate better to the public, so that the thought that if 100,000 people come to the police station, the person will be released, needs to be squashed. And that also means that when you're dealing with high-profile cases, you better make sure that there are enough boots on the ground. Because in this instance, when soldiers who are wielding gun have to be rescued or moved to another location, that is troubling.
Right.
But I must admit that they did well by not opening fire. And that is quite good on their part in terms of relations between civilian and military and civilian and police. So I'll plead with the CID that how we approach these things need to be careful, and moving forward, there should be more dialogue between us and the public with regards to the public's action or inaction when certain things happen. The MP, for his own life, there's an advice. It's not every mass gathering that you go to. A stray bullet could have ended his life. Some, quote unquote, person who was already looking for this MP could have used this opportunity and gunned him down. And we'll be talking about a whole different thing today. So if you're a public official, some accident scenes, some unfortunate scenes, even as in medicine, when there's an accident or a crash, you have to assess the environment before you also enter, because your safety also matters.
Right.
So I really think that it could happen to, not to remind my man of his hotel person who was killed, I think last year or 2 years ago.
Right.
2 years ago.
That's Captain Mahama?
No, there's a hoteler.
Oh, hoteler.
In Jarapa.
Okay.
Yeah. Who was
Eric Johnson?
Eric Johnson, yes.
Okay.
You don't rush to the house not knowing whether the suspect is in the house or out of the house. And then, for all you know, you also go in and then they open fire on you. So I really think that persons of high profile in this country need to be mindful of where they show up, what they show up, how well, what was his protection when he went there? Because this mob could have turned against you. And sometimes the interesting thing is that nobody can control a mob, even when they have turned, like brought the mob. Issues will happen, scatter will happen, and the same people you have brought to mount maybe pressure will then mount the pressure on you. Because as for them, maybe they are high on something, the instruction they had before getting high is that instruction they are going to work with till the day is ended, until the whatever is on their eyes, if I say that, you understand what I mean, it departs. So I really think that people in high offices like the Member of Parliament should have been wary about the environment, the tension, and should have been very careful in deciding whether to go or not to go. And in these instances, interestingly, you'll be surprised that party chairmen are fantastic at handling some of these things because they know the people and they know most of the actors. Very good party chairmen, know who to talk to, who to help calm down. And I think that Alhaji, whose car, unfortunately, even him, who was there for safety, look at how they did to his car. They crashed his windshield in the rage, So two key things. We need to be seen to be enforcing the same laws that we have created. And for that reason, I'm hoping that the Member of Parliament was there to work with law enforcement, though I'm hearing a varying report. And I do not support it. But I also understand that he felt that the tension should have been less if the people were uncuffed. I mean, these are something that the CID would have to look at, because you can have people under arrest, not necessarily with handcuffs. I mean, you understand? So in the future, we need more engagement with the public in terms of when they arrest people, what happens after, and why there's no need to rush to the police station. I mean, they went to the police station and were demanding that the people be released. And people need to be trained on what government institutions are. This will not be the first time people have attempted to attack a police station. Some have burnt police stations. And I think there should be some very serious actions in the future, punitive enough to now stop people when they see a government building or a police station. Before you throw a stone, you need to be very careful, you know. Okay. And it's rather unfortunate that most of our police stations do not have CCTV cameras. It would have helped us with the footage and a more clear picture of the culprits involved in this. And it is troubling that there are policemen with guns, army people with guns, and yet the people just didn't mind. And I must commend the services for not discharging their weapons. Yeah. I must commend them. But this is a very serious security breach. And NIMOS needs to also be very minded and guided by how they run their operations. Granted, I know they are doing a very good job, but sometimes you need to debrief some people so that, you know, when the calls come, you know how to manage, because you can't do an operation literally without informing Collins Dowda or even having a sit-in with him. I mean, I say this with the greatest of respect because of his influence in that region. And for that reason, he would have maybe advised on how to approach it. Okay. You know, so these are my thoughts on this.
We'll take a short break and then I'll come back and pick Sedu's thoughts. But quite clearly and fundamentally, something has gone wrong. I mean, for a very, very long time now, the Ghana Armed Forces appears to have lost something. I mean, the days when you see the Ghana Armed Forces and you would behave, quote and unquote.
They are not shooting anymore, maybe.
Well, something is gone wrong. But anyway, we'll take a short break. When we come back, I'll pick Sedu's thoughts.
Confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Kel Charcoal toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo kendini ehu be hia se metwa sapapadia to ama me manfo Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients ene bo me se ho ban e ma ne sren ne sanso mama hotoso e wo bedwam.
Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel Happy Smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, Jose, and I media semesio. Cannon pan, Nasana, Mushiana, what me. A drain I didn't quano. Kingdom Garlic Bitters. No, more benefit. Me benefit wine. Also, what told dear? Abrewa, the smile, our brand. Mishuve, when Antica Crana Wabre, no Kingdom Garlic Bitters and any capsules, Nanya Wadia Brebia.
Kingdom Garlic Bitters and the capsules.